Hello everyone and welcome back to Niche. So in the last episode, sadly we did lose Ralas, I think that's her name, his mate who was over here, and she is sadly going to die on the next turn. So the responsibility of looking after all the kids will end up falling to Mina, who is kind of like their aunt. Ralas's kids have always looked up to Mina as an aunt, so I think she's gonna kind of fall into that responsibility. But because there is no male gone? No. Well, there are males, they're just not old enough to breed. There's these two adorable ones. And I just found a permanent nest. But because their father has gone, and technically he was all of their father, so all of their fathers, now there is no old male. I'm just confusing myself. Now there's no male to breed with these two females, so it will fall probably down to Rookdu to breed with, and I still can't pronounce Analysis. So they can start having kids. And Analysis, I've only just noticed, has beautiful purple eyes. So their kids could have purple eyes, yellow eyes, or blue eyes. And B and K, so she can have kids with her brother or her other brother. So Rila can't breed with anyone here, so I think she'll be kind of frustrated about that and probably venture off into the grasses when she's older to go see if she can find a mate of her own. But we will go on to the next turn, and wow, her mother didn't actually end up dying on that turn. So I think it will be the next one. So her mother would come sit next to Mina and kind of like talk to her. Mina is going to let her daughter play with her siblings. And speak of devil, he is sickly, but we have just found another male nicheling that could have kids with Mila. And I think he would kind of be scared of Mila at first with her sharp pointy fangs and her horns and like the gathering of nichelings behind her. So I think he would kind of run off into the water and Mila would run off after him, and then everyone would run off after Mila because that's just how everyone ends up doing stuff. And then I think she would probably come over here just to stay close to the kids, as the youngest ones, that are these two, can't run after their siblings because they are not as fast as their siblings. And actually Nuruk has got double claw like his sister, though his sister is a little stronger than him. And so I think he would probably end up helping his sister with gathering up crabbits and fish in the future. And you cannot gather up any more berries. Let's go on to the next turn. The crabbit got knocked out by a coconut, that's amusing. But now Raina and her mate have both sadly died. And now the responsibility of kind of not raising all these kids has fallen on to Mina. And I think he would continue running and probably kind of just rest here. And I think she would, Anasi would come out onto this little sandy island that's quite cute. I haven't ever found anything like this. I will be back in a second. The whole timer issues happened again. The whole timer issue's been sorted out. I do need to stop, I just end up kind of forgetting about the timer. I think Ralas? No. I don't know who Ralas is. Mina would probably come over here and see what the kids are doing. She's still technically close enough to the berry bush. She is under the coconut tree. I do need to stop putting needlings under coconut trees because they'll keep on getting hit in the head. And there we go. Oh, that was Ralas. Okay. I think her brother would probably kind of run after this nicheling as he sees him disappear into the bushes. So I think he would run after him and collect from the berry bush because we always need more food. And I think Alice would run after Rookdu. And you would gather up the grass from around the nest. And now Mina's little brother is old enough to follow her. And she's kind of like the cool big sister that everyone wants to follow around. And sorry if my voice just went like kind of quiet. Now I think we'll go on to the next move. And I do hear a very, that's an aggressive Bearina. I think Mina he would give it a swipe over the nose and run off. She would just run because she isn't very good at fighting. Mina would swipe it over the nose with an aggressive, poisonous swipe. Her little brother would come over and see what's happening. Raduca. I can't say that. These names are so hard to pronounce. I think I'm going to call him Runu. Runu. There's a lot of ooze in my deciding of niche names for some reason, but that's okay. I think you'd be absolutely terrified as two niches just burst through the bushes and kind of disappear off into the water, maybe chasing these fish. Now that she is old enough to follow, I think she would follow her kind of half-brother, and technically they could have healthy children together, so I think they in the future might. And she would race down here like, what in nicheling's names is happening? So she would run down here and very confused and kind of panicked. Realised that one of the kids is being attacked and swiped the Bearina over the nose. And do you need, no one needs wounds licked or anything like that. That's good. I think he would just completely destroy the berry bush. And then everyone else is kind of going to be venturing off into the bushes. They have ended up kind of going around the island this way I said that I could end up doing. And I think he would chase after the fish. As he is a guild nicheling, he can breathe underwater, so there's no issue of him possibly drowning. So that's good. He doesn't have very high fertility, but he doesn't exactly have low fertility either. And we haven't got much unlocked. I'm not sure why Nimble Fingers didn't unlock, as they did spawn in on our original nichelings, so they should have unlocked. But apparently they haven't, so... now we're going to go on to the next day, and... Rila has grown up. I think Rila, now she's got her 3rd gem. And you're the one I'm pretty sure I saw. So, do I have a immunity in my genetics? I don't think so. I think I will invite you into the tribe. What's your name? Radukala? I'm not sure. I'll rename him, but right now I think we'll focus on getting around the island. And with a massive school of fish, he would run over in excitement. And I think she would be kind of terrified. But she would wade practically to above her head in the water after her little love interest. And Rila would probably just come over, see what's happening. You would come see what these flowers are over here. Just because they're not going to come see what... No, they're not going to move over here. I want to stay on this island for a little longer than that. But I think you would just be interested about the flowers. They are quite pretty. Though they are, like... I do wish they'd be slightly more 3D. But you can't have everything. And... Eastlings are drowning, so she would jump out the water, he would jump out the water, and then Ruknu would chase after the school of fish and gladly gather it up. Mina is going to gather up some of the nuts and then chase after the rascals that keep on running off. Rila is going to continue to run off. Her brother's going to run after her, and then Anasi is going to run after him. And we're going to go on to the next move. He's probably going to kind of apologise for making her sick, and she's going to probably just jump into the water for a while, see if having a drink will help with her sniffly nose. Probably won't, but it means that she will be, at least they'll be a tile away, so they won't end up getting each other sick. Rila would swipe up the berry bush and then run off again. Her brother would chase after her and probably crack this nut open. Anasi, not Alice, would come over here. This nicheling, that I still need to rename, will probably make his way down. And there we go. So now her cold is technically gone, and Mila did not get herself knocked out. And now I think she would make her way through the bushes. This is one of the new items that came. One of the new items that came with the new expansion pack. Yeah, I've got my Sims head on. One of the new items that came with the update. And if you've got sticky tongue, or I think bat head, you can slice open the mound and then lick up all the insects and they go to your food. Anasi would probably just kind of focus on seeing what she could do. These two would make their way over here. This little one would run over here as Mila tries to run after everyone that's shot off in all different directions. And just seeing, does any of her children carry her saber-tooth fangs? Indeed, Alice. God, I can't say her name. She has inherited genetics-wise that her mother's saber fangs. I think this little one would come off into the bushes. She is still kind of just waiting for him to wake up from his concussion after being hit over the head by a coconut several thousand times. Raluk is going to run after his sister, and then Ranala. That's probably not her name, but I don't know why I called her Ranala. Ramina? Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm just going to be concentrating on gathering up food, and sadly she did end up passing away. I was expecting that, but it's still so hard when a nicheling passes away. And now he has awoken from his concussion. These two are going to run off after Mina, who has brought them to the pool. And I think she would kind of see the pool and specifically see this little spot of grass over here and head directly for it. Either there or the bones. I don't plan on going to the savannah in the future. If we were going to move tiles, I'd probably come down to here. Or possibly back up to here. I don't particularly want to go to the savannah because we have not prepped for the savannah. Lamana? I still can't pronounce her name. Right, you're gonna head over here. And now that he is an adult, I'm going to get him to come straight through the grasses. And Mila would probably not really question having a child with him, because she has been chasing basically after this nicheling her whole life. And now these two are old enough to have children of their own too. I think she would quite like it by this berry bush. It would remind her of home. So I think she would set up a little nest here. And then I still can't pronounce her name. We'll just be waiting for him to wake up from his concussion because of the coconut. The coconut concussion. I might end up naming this video after that. The coconut concussion. Right, she's gonna break the nut and then come over here. I'm both going to kind of run over here. Then Rukdu is going to collect the berries. He's gonna come fish up some of the fish. She isn't the best at harvesting. She can't crack open the coconuts. Unlike her brother, who would be able to. I do wish I could take screenshots, but the screenshot button is either broken or I just can't take screenshots. I'll figure that out. But he's a cute nicheling. I want to take screenshots of all of them so I can have their patterns forever. That sounds weird, but I like doing that. And she is going to try at least harvesting the berries. And now let's go on to the next day. Ruknu, you're going to chase after the fish as your mate kind of just bats at the coconuts with annoyance, having to be stuck in a nest. Though I don't think she would mind having kids. I don't think she signed up for being stuck in a nest. These two, I think, would come over and probably start kind of playing around in the water, attacking the fish if they got half the chance. And actually, Nular has 4 fishing and 5 attacks, so I think he would join Ruknu in fishing and probably see if he can help him out in any way. So now we can go on to the next day. She would... No, the fish swam a little too close and Mila managed to get them. So Ruknu would see if he could potentially help in any way. And we have found more fish, but I think he would make his way back towards his mate, whose baby is due either the next turn or the turn after. I can't remember. You, Rook, Do are going to harvest up the nuts. And here we go. Oh, they had their babies on the same turn and they look practically identical, except of one of them, nope, the wrong nicheling, has antenna. And she is not sick, luckily. So I think he would come back and stay far enough from his child to not get it sick, but close enough to be able to see it. I think Ruklu would chase after the fish with kind of infuriation that he is not quite fast enough to catch up to them. She is still going to swing at the coconuts with annoyance, and that time she actually managed to get one. But these two, she carries purse nouns. I do want a child that carries saber-tooth fangs, so I think they wouldn't even wait for her to grow up. I think she would just straight away jump out the nest and see if she can have another child. And he, if you saw, he had enough attack to manage to get it, but that little bug icon, he couldn't do that because he didn't have either sticky tongue or bat head. That might be another one that can do it as well, but I haven't found it if you can. Yeah, little nicheling, what genetics do you happen to have? G and H. An easy way to find out if any of my nichelings have G or H is just to stick it in here. Nope, none of them have H. None of them have G either. So I think he would invite this little nicheling in, because having a variety of genes is definitely important. And now I think he would come up here. No, I think he would come over here. And have a child with the nicheling that I can't pronounce the name of. She's gonna hop out the nest, and we do not have enough bedding material. So it is important to get enough bedding material. This baby is going to jump out of the nest. So is this one. So she can jump in the nest, and so can she. Now the nichelings are going to just focus on bedding material. And I think that's pretty much all they'll focus on. They need bedding material. He's going to also grab that little right, there we go. Now she can prepare her nest. The little root, and her daughter is down here. She can gather up that nut, and root, no, I can't. Rukla. I still can't pronounce his name or her name. They're all just really confusing. Niche names are hard to pronounce. I think she's gonna jump up under the coconut. And then probably jump over here. Though he is best in the water, I think he would try and harvest up as much grass as he could on land, so that his mate could have her child in comfort. That is sweet. You're gonna gather up all the food you can. And I will be back in a second. Right. Just the notification was in the way of me seeing stuff. Now we're running out of food. So I think in kind of a desperate panic, they might run after some fish. And she would crack the coconut. And I think this nicheling, oh, there's a berry bush. So now they do have enough food. And in some ways, I think with excitement, they would charge over to attack this ballerina. Because the ballerinas provide a lot of food. And the niechlings definitely need that food. And she had her child, and this time it is a cracker-jawed baby girl who does carry Sabretooth. I do want to keep that in the family genetics. And her name is Taiz. I think that's her name. So now we're just waiting for Rila to have her child, and for the nicheling that I can't pronounce the name of because it's infuriating to have her child. And she's going to gather up the berries. He's going to clear away some of the grass. This little baby here is going to watch her mother bat consistently at the annoying coconut. And now Israel, I think that's her name, Israel, is going to clear away some of the grass as she's old enough. And sadly, Rila's mate did end up dying. And I think she would end up taking on a new mate in the form of I'm going to rename him. He kind of looks... New look. Not like new look, but new look. New look, and I think she would end up taking New Look on as a mate, but she would not have his child straight away. She would, I think, yeah, she wouldn't have his child straight away. And Rookdu would come over here and have a child before jumping away again to see if he can find more grass. And the nicheling that I can't pronounce the name of has had her child, a little adorable baby girl with... what did I say about the round ears making them look like mice? But with the really long nose, they look such like mice. It's easier to mistake them for mice when they don't have horns. But this is Laissa. So this is Laissa, and she is adorable. I think that they would end up having a child, and I don't know what she would think about that. But she is going to have to settle for it because it's already happened. With that, I think I am going to end this video here, if I can get a good place to end it. I think I'm going to end this video here, so thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to join me, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye!